NASA, or not the camera, okay. We have this incredible vista of, looking at the Earth from space and looking at the universe and everything that's out there. And, why wouldn't we want to share that?
Godspeed, John Glenn.
We choose to go to the moon.
Roger.
The Eagle has landed.
Roger, roll, Discovery.
0.
In the National Aeronautics and Space Act, there's a clause in there that says that we're to provide for the widest practical dissemination of information about NASA's activities and the results thereof. And so we've been fulfilling that mandate over the years through, things like our television coverage of the moon landings, continuing all the way up to today. Social media really is the latest chapter in fulfilling that mandate. Hi, I'm Jason Townsend. I'm NASA's Deputy Social Media Manager.
And I'm Emily Ferfaro, and I'm NASA's Social Media Specialist.
Well, collectively, we manage the team that oversees all of NASA's social media, which is about 512 or so social media accounts spread across 14 different platforms out there, and making all the magic happen here on social media. Social media was kind of a game changer in that it made us think differently. We no longer could sit back and just tell the story that we've always told and do it in the same way. Social media taught us lessons very early on about how we can better connect directly to the public.
I think we also definitely act as translators from the complex science that's going on here at NASA, and just communicating that in a way that's friendly for the public and gets them interested in wanting to learn more.
Yeah, NASA got its start in social media back in 2008 with a Twitter account for the Mars Phoenix lander. We were looking for, at the time, a way to get information out when the downlinks happen, because they're never going to be conveniently Tuesdays at 2 o'clock or something like that. They're going to happen on the 24-hour cycle, and they're going to come in at odd hours, overnights, weekends, things like that. That particular account, when it was created, was the 8th most followed Twitter account, and it had about 75,000 followers at the time, and this is 2008.
We have 10 field centers, and there's a full-time social media person at each one of those centers that we have communicate with at least weekly. I think having at least one person at each center be that point of contact so that we can meet with them and chat and make sure that they know what we have planned and we know what they have planned, and they can take what we have and kind of disseminate it through the people that they work with at their centers, and then they can communicate to us what those people have planned.
Yeah, I call our style of getting things done brute force coordination. And the reason I call it that is that we're constantly asking what's going on out in our missions, what's going on with our programs, what are our other social media account managers out there, what are they up to? So that way things can kind of, trickle up from the bottom, bottom up sort of information sharing. But also we can talk with them a lot about what we're planning from the top down. And when we kind of meet in the middle is where that, social media magic sort of happens. There's something about images of the cosmos and the universe and everything that's kind of universal. A lot of kids, when they're growing up, they have the thought in the back of their head of, one day I'm going to grow up and be an astronaut. And while not everyone can grow up and become an astronaut and so on, we want to rekindle that, that thought and that thinking and the feeling behind what that emotes for people, how they feel about, wanting to be that astronaut as that kid, and reawaken that kid inside of them. Inspire a little, sense of curiosity and that sense of discovery in you, and make you kind of an armchair explorer along for the ride, embedded in with all of our missions.